I'll be having their interlude at some point this evening. Let's go pick up these ether currents while we're here. I'm going east. Southwest, okay. Yoink. There it is. Northwest, perfect. That's the same direction as this thing. Let's go gather that. No, wrong. Just up there on this thing. There it is. I see it. Alright. Yeah, it just does not seem like there's a lot of fates, is the issue. No, that's not what I'm looking for. 3 more, okay. Oh, perfect. There's a bit right here. That no actually count, so we can insert the fate, that's too nice. Oh no, it doesn't count. Oh, the sleepinesses are coming. No, I don't like it. And the next fit I complete, I need to complete as... Is that a thing I can do quickly? It is not. Okay. So, now let's go grab that guy. I do this. We can watch this on Netflix. Alright. It's really close, so we can turn this down a little bit. Not all the way down, like right there. Oh no, my mouse. My Mises. Oh, just paused. I was wondering why it's so quiet. Watching Kevin Hart. Can we get down to this bottom level? Is it a no? I guess that's a hard no. Alright, we did it. Now we can continue with the main story. Alright, let's do this. Dun 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 dun. Is he talking to himself? Crazy old man.
I could swap them out. No, been there, done that. Damn near lost me eyebrows. Think, Coco, think! We'd be well on our way to paradise. Visionaries patting themselves on the backs for their grand accomplishments if you'd only think!
Yes, that does sound rather lovely.
Yeah! I mean, Master Force, you know, what a pleasant surprise. We're not blasting off already, are we?
The schedule remains unchanged, for better or worse. Which is why the Forum has elected to accept assistance in resolving the ether burner conundrum.
Not seen you lot down here before.
There are Archons among their number, but engineering is not their expertise. Nevertheless, the Forum concedes the slim possibility that they may have insights to offer. If not, you are at liberty to return them to the surface.
I assure you that won't be necessary. Now, about your troubles with the ether burner.
Aye, aye, I'll walk you through it. Suppose I could do with a change of pace. As the name ought to tell you, the ether burner burns ether, ambient or otherwise, and transforms it into motive force. Think of it like a giant bomb that never stops exploding. Even out in that black void where the ether's right sparse, it's strong enough to move our arc. And it probably won't kill you like an actual bomb. But it ain't perfect. According to my calculations, to travel to the moon and back fast enough for the Forum's liking, the conversion rate needs to be 6% more efficient. A measly 6%, you say? But if I could have squeezed even another 0.6 out of it, don't you think I'd have built it that way in the first place?
Hast thou consulted with the Loperids?
Yes, they too are conducting their own research, for lack of a ready answer. The moon's propulsion systems are considerable, naturally, yet they are commensurately massive. It is no easy feat to convert their technology into an efficient means of propulsion for a teeny tiny toy boat, as they say, and as I most certainly do not.
Yes, exactly! Damn it all, I asked for refined adamantite and they send me uppity rabbits with inscrutable, ancient, incompatible technology! You trying to drive me mad?
Do you speak of Allagan refined adamantite, perchance?
You know of it?
Only in the most general terms, I'm afraid. 'Twas an alloy of Allagan make, but the secrets of its production were closely guarded. As I recall, the record stated it was vital to Dalamit's construction and launch.
Aye, that's the stuff. No material more conductive far as I know. Slotting some ends like blowing up a dam and watching the river of ether come rushing through. Ain't a living soul that knows how to make it, though. We were fortunate enough to salvage some for the ether burner, just a wee bit, mind, from a chunk of Dalamud that came hurtling into the Northern Empty during the calamity. With more, well, that extra 6% efficiency would be child's play. It's a crying shame that we've no other sources.
Surely the many shards of Dalamud scattered throughout Eorzea would suffice. Why not get the refined adamantite from them?
Oh, we tried, believe you me. But only a few specialised pieces would have had any in them to begin with. Drive calls from Ragnarok-class internment hulks. Those are the prize bits we really need. According to the Gleaners, getting to them means delving deep into the shards. And the defences are still very operational and very eager to blow them up. It's rough going in there, even for the cream. Not sure they'd make it out alive.
Weren't we near that part of the Ragnarok when we went to destroy Bahamut? Heavens, are you all right? You look... Best put that battle from your mind for now. Deep breaths. That's it.
There are multiple internment hulks in Eorzea alone, so handling this ourselves may not be the most efficient option. Rather, if we could salvage adamantite from the shards simultaneously... Thancred, is the link shell we established before you went to Garlemald still active?
Of course. The floor is yours.
What's all this?
Gathering firewood, so to speak. We alone can accomplish little, but joined by others, we may yet build a bonfire to carry us heavensward. This is Alphino. The Scions have need of you.
Understood. I will contact the Lord Commander and dispatch our finest at once.
My sisters are somewhat preoccupied with the final days, so I will lead the 12-Sword expedition myself.
Are you aware of any other sources of refined adamantite?
Logically, such an invaluable alloy would have been utilized solely where absolutely necessary, in components intended to conduct or collect surpassing amounts of ether. Any extant instrumentation or devices would have likely found their way into the hands of etherologists, or enthusiasts.
Magical artifacts of Allagan design? The Eastern Alliance will send word to one and all. Are there other ways we may offer aid? No shards of the Lesser Moon scar our soil, but our stake in this cause is no less for it.
Is there anything in Othard that might be of use to you?
What did you say? Oh, you got friends in far places, lad. Any road, if you're offering, I wouldn't say no to one of those Far Eastern sacred relics. Some of them can hold enough ether to summon a whole damn primal. Combine a source like that with the ether burner, and 3, 2, 1, kaboom!
I gather you heard his explosive enthusiasm. Might you secure us a suitable relic?
It shall be done. I know little of machines, but I promise we will do our utmost to gather the materials you need to finish your starship. I am glad for the work, in truth. Better to busy oneself than wait and fret over disasters foretold.
Then why are we all still standing about yapping? There's plunder for the taking, and I'm a born plunderer. I'll be an old Charlian before you know it. Start mixing the grog.
I'm certain that can be arranged. Thank you all, and do be careful.
Just like that.
Aye, just like that. Our refined adamantite is on its way. Now let us consider our next steps, shall we? There's yet much to be done.
Though the Bahamut is long gone, the intermittent hulk is far from safe. It could be much worse, of course. We won't have to fight their way past Metasidian dragons, nor is any danger other primal won't be summoned again. Even so, there's still a few fair elegant creations of shapeshifters. Nope, I need you. Thank you. At times like this, remember how famous or infamous often has become. In fact, can achieve so much as a single leap per conversation. Expecting rather a lot of visitors in the future, I'd best return to the source and inform the relevant parties. So content might be worth a try. Oh, and who might that be? That's for me to know and you to find out. And I know to leave matters in your companions. Best of luck. Nope, 45 more minutes of story. Meanwhile, in Ular.
Our course of action is clear. We must harvest refined adamantite from the shards of Dalamud and procure arcane relics of Allagan make. Summon the best and brightest of our immortal flames and form an expeditionary party at once. Call upon the Salt and Sworn and Brass Blades for support as you must. Papashan, send word to the guilds. We will require the expertise of master artisans if we are to have any hope of identifying and recovering these elusive materials. Thea-guys, we have need of your stone torches. They are to assist the immortal flames in scouring the ruins and to help secure the surrounding areas. I trust I can count on your support.
As commander of the Stone Torches, my son Zimberg will personally see it done.
Pippin, I would have you lead the raiding party. Assemble your finest, and with Tizona's blade clear the way. Lord Lolorito, I pray you take charge of the search for Allagan relics. Surely you know of some being traded on open or clandestine markets, or sleeping in collectors' vaults. Of course, I ask not that you do this out of the kindness of your heart. By all means, profit on the transactions. I wish you the joy of it. The final days descend upon our world. If circumstances are truly as dire as they say, Uldar's best efforts may be for naught. And yet, when we Eorzeans rose from the ashes to rebuild our broken realm, did we not learn one simple truth? That which seems all but impossible to overcome alone may yet be possible if we stand together. It was the Scions who united us then, and it is the Scions who call upon us now. Uldar will answer that call. We will summon our courage and join the fight for our world's future. You know your duties. I, Nanamo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, bid you good luck and Godspeed.
We fielded a goodly number, but our ranks are heavy with healers, and an abundance of restorative magics will be of little help in destroying Dalamud's defenses. Still, it has ever been thus with Gridania. We must steel ourselves for a protracted engagement.
In that case, might I suggest taking us along?
Commander Hext, what are you doing here?
None of the shards in Girabania are big enough to hold an internal hull. So we said to ourselves, why not lend our neighbours a hand? We thought you might be short on people with the talent for breaking things.
While it pains me to admit it, you are right. Our deficiency is so plain to see.
It might have been a lifetime ago, but I was once one of the Scions assigned to the Shroud. I know this forest well. I know your people. And I know we will be stronger if we fight this fight together.
Then I will impose upon you with a clear conscience. Come. Let us speak of how to integrate our forces.
I won't let it all be for nothing. I promise you, Papalimo.
There you are! We've no time to waste, brother. Everyone has already... A dragon's roar!
And so, in summation, the Eastern Alliance, as well as the Honourable Lord Lolorito himself, reached out to me for assistance in procuring these treasures of the divine, and I, in turn, do beseech the Confederacy for aid. Is that...
Hancock? What a surprise this is. And a fortuitous one at that. I have a favor to ask, you see.
What's up? Sorry, I was working out. We had that story. Oh yeah, I got armor. Forgot about that. Alright, let's help these scholars out. Off we go! Oh wait, it's gonna go right there. Oh, I like this much better. Okay, look pretty. Very good. Alright, where are we going? Right here. I like it. I like it. From what I can tell, a lot of people actually live down here. I don't know how much help it can offer, but dare say I'll benefit from some fresh inspiration. Scarlet Montague mentioned. Best you want to do without getting in anyone's way. Let's be by the upright once our work is done. Hot. Like it. Oh, good. We got some ether current quests. Oh, just one. Take care of that first. What's up? Alright, we did that. Hello! And the new helpers. Working on the afterburner. Oh dear, I heard things would come to a standstill on the front. So issues in the current. Chicken and leaks down the data that makes the starts. No crossing interfaces with the doom wounds. And have formed turn up on their plate as it decided to get to the board. They are level up power. People's opinions about that. Heart goes out to Master Poach, New, and the others. Hardly get a moment's rest. Helping with the arc, even full of power, Master Crow managed to squeeze the afterburner still enough to currently now after the final days of horrible creatures running rampant all over, only to begin their activities soon now. People are dying in the woods of it, and have to fulfill our duties. We will have spent years prepping for this moment. Believe the plan, and all will be well. Offering to help, it's very kind that you'd organize the rest of the documents for myself, especially with some things we need to ride on the moon, or whichever star we chose in your home. I do expect to turn the meaningful conditions that we love this year. Here, the collaborators come down to assist in our efforts and look forward to finally meeting in person, starting to communicate with such limited capacity. Perfectly honest, not even the slightest idea that we look like. You look, they're enormous wings. They're not enormous wings, why I would much prefer something small and flat like the hatted rabbit that ran by. Oh, there's a That's meaning you. Our friends at the farm bought us here a teeny tiny boat, which is quite impressive considering they make use of creation. It's really interesting that the terrace is still very fine. It's a 20 miniaturized version. Hoping the form would give us a guided tour, but it appears rather crowded. Honestly, all the time it's crowded. There's still not really exposed to share ourselves right now. At least that's what we're planning to do until we chance upon Uriange, the good stuff. We're both dawdling about, engaging in altitude chit-chat. Perhaps you could show us 2 points of interest. Wouldn't that be fun? Tour of Labyrinthos, something unexpected yet prudent and just. Given the similarities between characters and environment, the best way is burrow to the best interest of lower burritos and creatures. These conditions will be optimal for their further, the continued reliance upon the limited knowledge of their scenario rather than broadening their perspectives can apply our better suited. From our side B, we might as well create the switch over yonder. Ah yes, so what's it? Leave exclamation division. This being to build something larger like creation is positively stupendous. Perhaps a good director. Travelers frequency. It's a little hard to see where it's golden pipe connection to the top of the window to the pipe to the bottom of this would be a pure water, purified water. Water, I guess, inside the gripping too, because the clock is going to go to the top light, and you drop the water in the sort of looks like the trees in the great dense hold on to the strange shape, and spin the bottom as they get right up the clock and they slow down. So destroy the water! Well, if that's tested, I guess water drawn from the ground presumably some of the mechanisms for a bitter and store in the tower before being distributed elsewhere. Am I right, aren't I? I knew it. This is brilliant design and simplicity. I dare say you should have waited a moment to install in the harshest environments. For us Lobritos, that is. Indeed, securing reliable source water is of utmost importance for any fledgling settlement. We have read, however, the peoples of Ithris sometimes make their homes in arid deserts and such. How are they able to survive? Oh, that's where we choose to live. You never are far from water. Oh dear, I worry we won't be able to procure the necessary amount. We can provide enough water to keep them from dying out completely, but it appears we rely far more than we anticipate. A few adjustments made. Once we calculate the average rate of consumption per individual, it must be worth learning about more exactly how to obtain their water in the first place. Mouse often in its book of the machinery responsible to feed during our journey through Logisticon Alpha, did he not? Celebritos will show his appreciation for this engineering marvel. Oh, this sounds absolutely splendid! We must journey beyond the sanctuary around the continent. I shall lead the way. Me off to brave the untamed wilderness? Valid concern indeed. We cannot help but notice many dangerous-looking creatures, big nasty teeth lurking beyond the safe confines of the sun. I'll be escorted by these burly custodians. I dread to think what will become of us. Currently, too many hungry predators for which big nasty teeth burritos may appear to be a potential rather appetizing source of sustenance. I impose upon thee to assist in securing safe passage. For my part, I shall escort the living way and cooking way, and trusting way and growing way into thy care. Nice rack. Very good. I like this outfit a lot. A more valiant protector could not wish for. Godspeed. I don't know if I like this like tail end thing though. It's all the same for you. I'd rather not be eaten by some horrid beastie. Come along, growing way to the water execution. What's it? Oh, am I not escorting you? That'd be great. Absolutely prefer that. Dun dun dun. This is. I'm not gonna do it. No, there's no there. Good luck. Oh, thank you so much. I hope this fire extraction once it is worth whatever experience. All part of fun my favorite Christmas also to you. This looks like the most memorable wall. Multiple levels, one-way passages in certain areas. My friends that have been welcome to Logistic Alpha destination of my list talk very well. Someday I'll be able to fly. Simply marvelous is where the magic or science fair takes place. Perfect environment to stay in life artificially created. Knowledge I gain here is essential to start looking for new stories. And most of them don't even have air for you to breathe. You're very lucky at this, just so have spread everything you need to thrive. Or did mankind turn out that way because they available resources? I wonder. Either way, it's sort of it's nothing sort of miraculous, and I can make see more of it. New pants. This is very wonderful. I'm sure was what I'm hoping to learn more about the nourishment provision facilities in other worlds. Leave both the knowledge and consumables you may seek from Relic and that I imagine seeing another step to study every single facet of the apparatus from the study kind of square of this thing culinary. Yes, it sounds much more interesting. Hopefully you'll be able to see firsthand some delicacies I imagine was telling you about. Even this crudely vivid, if not too verbose, just not quite a sampling of myself. Not to mention editors, so there shouldn't be no more, so I must sound like I'm on to the time. Let's not further delay. Where am I? Okay. So be it. Here, got my sped up thing. How do I get out of here? Very good. Oh, there's people fighting over here. This place, yes, the heady aroma is enough to guide me here, and it's what it's over for vegetable future in the compendium. I did love to try it somewhere, then I hope this also was crop information around some cotton cutting appeals. Let's go ask whoever's in charge of lined up some samples. Alright, cool, let's go. I would have found this is. Oh, it's when you climb down the mine shaft. I'd show you around if I could. I'm rushed up deep, preparing for exit. I'm only the only one to find ways to me down here and up there. First on the moon, then whichever star in the form decides what's from your home. It's also said on the rail, do you want to go to the moon? Well, it's better than waiting to find at least things, but no matter how carefully it all planned, I'll never be able to take every priority of Thorn on it with us. Even the ones we can take may not serve the new environments, new species, students of the kingdom. Oh, sorry, that's not what you came to talk about. Nothing quite so dire. Actually, we really should sample it credits if we may. By all means, help yourself. Much appreciated. So where to begin? The terrible looking grapes that everyone's making fun of online? Yes, that is exactly where we're going. Awesome. Oh, I know what these are. Grapes, yes, like delicious. Let's take a look. So sweet, so sour, it's much like a right philosopher's carrot, yet the texture is totally different. The contrast between Irish skin and fruit with it is peculiar. The platform is plenty of agriculture. Well, that's certainly given me food for thought. Far less disromantic than the philosopher's carrot, but tell me, what's between the grapes? The grapes are delicious. Guess they're rather Moorish, aren't they? For what I've read, quite versatile too. Something about people stepping on them and making them bigger. Yeah, that's not quite versatile. Let's try our next piece. Oh no, I did that thing where I hopped on my mountain and you couldn't follow me in 2 steps. Orange by name, orange by nature. Okay, first, fruit of the color, who cares? Let's eat. Yes, that's equal parts sweet and sour, the grapes, nothing alike. I mean, it's all around you, but it's any vocabulary, so we can find the words it's good. It's bitter, it's very complicated, you know, so many flavors, so many tricks, each grape with their own personal reference. Now I see why you turned your nose at eating nothing but carrots. Marvelous, that they're still in my estimation. Let no one say I said otherwise. Well, speaking of carrots, I've yet to sample any of the vegetables in the field over there. The color of the picture is some sort of enormous round carrot. It's a pumpkin. Good rough name, picture is less concerned than taste. Zack, it's hard and flavorless. I may as well chew it. This load confirms there's something more than just put on feathers last year. Stop. Can't you see those are pumpkins? Someone who's insensible is trying to use them raw. You're supposed to cook them first. Did you find it an awful bother? Far from it, cooking is a joy unto itself, and what's more, broadens the range of ingredients in a safely. But above all, cooking allows us to draw out the potential flavor of our pumpkins too. It's one of my favorite dishes, so I'm cooking. Perhaps even these hard blocks of plant matter can make this delicious orange. I wonder, is there anything more delicious? How about yellow fruit over yonder? No meat. Meat is the most delicious. This is lemon, you're not gonna like this. What wondrous fragrance of black, much flavor idea, see, I just bite into it. My tongue is this poison. A lemon is supposed to taste like it's mixed with some orange and so revolting. To me, sometimes my thought occurs to feel as such. I'd best call an end to this round of sampling. Let us farewell and return to the others. Finished that video. I trust you found something you're liking. Earlier, never the grapes and oranges. Both by the pumpkin, though. I learned a hard way that they were eating raw. And there's lemon, the deceiver. It shall be mine. It's a first time was it? I'd hate to see the way that tastes around in more ways than one. I'll give you a lemon muffin I bake. Doesn't change the opinion, nothing well. More lemon, I stuff it down. Nevertheless, it would be remiss of me to spurn this opportunity to. Ooh, good as it came up there. Learn more about this critical wit. Farewell, lemon muffin, do your worst. Where'd you go? Oh, this is wonderful! Well, I still detect a hint of lemon. It complements the sweetness of the dough to create a perfect harmony. I never would have guessed the vile bitterness could be delayed so elegantly. My good chap is simply breathtaking. See, we rarely use lemon in its natural state, but it's starring around all sorts of recipes. The same is true for many other ingredients. See, we rarely use lemon. Oh. Comes down to make the most of resource at disposal, and sometimes it can be a difference between life and death. And I won't be able to take every speech, there's no doubt the farm agonized over what it was worth preserving and what will be confined to history or hard choices. Make them we must if we are to survive. Such strength of will, I know the Heidelin sees in your kind. Mankind, the low burritos, but both born of the acclimated knowledge of the ancients, and all we had to learn about the nature of sentient life and fates of the stars themselves. When civilization has fulfilled the basic requirements of survival, it will inevitably seek to eliminate all forms of negativity and achieve perfection. And therein lies its fall and its downfall. For perfection is unattainable, the ideal. It's a paradox of immaculate carrot. But civilizations since time immemorial have deemed the pursuit of perfection as progress. They pay no heed to the cost incurred by the futile quest, and also have become the Arctic's own demise. When life gives you lemons, make lemon muffins! Pardon my Azorian, but what in the Seven Hills are you on about? Who are you, anyway? Cooking way at your service, I'm here to help prepare for the trip to the moon. And once you get there, you'll be able to try my carrots. I've been growing all different kinds. Don't worry, there'll be room for crops too. Work together to preserve as many Aetherius species as possible if you're up for the challenge. Yes, of course, I look forward to it. Well, that's all. It's been highly productive. Probably let's go and see if Urian, Shay, and the others have run out of machinery to inspect, shall we? That was most lightning, especially the part of the lemon muffin. Actually, I was wondering if any other place famous for the cuisine. What other time to visit? More than a Bethesda, the more I wish I could spare the time and time of day. The last Highlands are reserved to flee, not to resist, or there was some other way. I must, I trust thy time like our agronomics did bear fruit. Our own efforts too were rewarded. We now possess the embarrassment of educational reach. No doubt our guests' relentless pursuit of knowledge could occupy them and us for a fortnight. The last time is of the essence. Let us turn to Shirley and Hamlet for us. Gladly attend to each and every low burrito there. Should further questions within my power to answer us. Yes, that was me verbalizing a side to express my emotional state. Do you know why? Because I saw the reconstruction environment the data, the Ethos, the Istheon Alpha. That's why a forest so lovely and so leafy are all the forests like that. Gasp, I say, with no star so wonderful, it comes in as fast, they're reluctant to leave it behind. I was a fool to think otherwise. To assume the moon was something worth being proud of. How ridiculous it seemed you're trying so hard to achieving so little. Not all their works are no less worthy of their uniqueness. I thought I heard tiny voices. Oh, you did. Thancred! How dost thou fare? Oh, I was able to glean a fair bit from the researchers while helping to move their cargo preparations to pursue without interruption here, and despite news of the coming in. We had the farm's leadership to thank for that. It doesn't seem people aren't worried, though. Quite the opposite. Knowing disaster could start coming in a hurry to complete their work, we equally aware that a single error could be the difference between life and death. I only tell them there's no concern. Perhaps not, though. Aided by a goodly growing way, we may find other ways to lighten their burden. Maybe that you're used to people. I'm honored that you think so much are capable, but I'm sure I'm not up to this much. Nevertheless, I believe you. Say so, I suppose we can't hurt to try. Past someone moping in the western plaza looked like the need of helping pause. Perhaps you might start with him. This is a good place as any. Come. Oh, can I help you? It is you helped who would help me. It's my anxiety truly solved. This burden is shared by the bird in ease. Pray tell us what are thy troubles. Those little fellows do look like good listeners. I'm an engineer, you see, and they say the ship. This is the sum of decades of shoreline ingenuity, but it's built with peerless, elegant technology. It's all true. Bout! I know, that's guaranteed. We never had launched a starfaring vessel, let alone flown with great expanse. All the tests have run by the ground. Only operational personnel and cargo aboard the first voyage, but even so, it fails. Us then, what can we do? A teleporter, and if it does, it might fall apart in the next flight, and after that. We've done everything we can from that point, but it hardly matters. We thought the ether burners aren't as flawless too, and look how that turned out. Thou art familiar with these most daunting technology. Thou dost hold that power, that allay his fears. Oh, I'm not sure about that, but well... Maybe you could tell me what the aspects of the ship's design I'm especially worried about. We let her walk about and perform our tasks for one, a device of means to employ gravity. spatio-temporal spell to regulate the environment, but what it's not strong enough. If it floats away and begins crashing into things, so it's left the star. By gravitation, maybe I can be of help after all. Up there is no different from down here. You see, the same rules apply. It's part of one big cosmos rather than separate places. I expect both parties should find comfort in this conversation. Yet if Thancred's true, tell me true, so others have benefited from this I've born of experience. Might I feel the low burritos to attend them? The next idea, if I do say so myself, there is not would like more than use the hearts to find people about this and learn more about them further. Feel glad I am to hear it. Gather thy companions and bring them into their town that as a gift for finding souls in need of succor. Pray seek thee out the distressed and apprehensive and inform them to help is at hand. I shall wait them here. I will introduce each to the suitable low burrito. I look so forward to that, a place for every low burrito and every low burrito in their place. Holy cow, 8. Damn. I think of course I have assistance pages and illusions, but I imagine endless and enjoyment on face to good experiences beyond us. Not the effects living out there indefinitely might have on the body. Proof from the moon? Why not think of that? Oh, there's another one. Oh, guess not. That person's great. Concerns my point of this stage only makes it work too much slower. Wait. It's like 8. 8 people, not including the people who are flying. Have you heard anything about what's in the moon? No doubt searching a new star. Vague. Give me a the little burritos. Go talk to them. Oh, itchy ear. You mean to say I can speak with them directly? I'm actually a guide for this, isn't it? The farm can appoint someone else at projects. Go talk to the little burritos. You know the Starship pilot might be true. There was somebody. Seems like she. Blah 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 blah. No worry, however, blah blah. Yep, the little burritos. You didn't see Nibble fly around episode bloody slip of parchment. Miss friend. Take your part of time for us to chat, blah blah blah. More clever, I suppose, more effective. Yes, let's do it. Alright, just 2 more. Probably not her. I am occupied. That is my name. Oh. I'm just doing better than you are. Love it. Waiting's over. I don't care. I'm concerned. Okay, I'm concerned. Da 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 da. Are you perhaps the last? You are hyperventilating. My God, my chest is tight. This day feels like. What a part of me, I don't see you there. Concentrating them, we need to depart any moment. Go talk to the little burritos. Ah, yes, the little burritos. I want to talk to them. This thing lasts for. Behold, through their efforts word is spread through the labyrinth goes, for if I barely have targeted an arm with anticipating we don't gather more burritos as we speak. Soon each in accordance to the skills, new bonds of friendship might be forged. The greater matters require thine attentions, watch over them, it could be.
So much in, well, in forever.
Lively, isn't it? The town is abuzz. Everyone eager to meet with our friends from the moon.
Twould behoove you to consult with Sleeping Way. As our moon's pilot, his advice should be most pertinent.
I'm impressed. Truth be told, I struggle to tell one from another. No offense intended, of course.
None taken. After you and your friends left Mare Elementorum, we spent no small amount of time with your Urianger. Oh, the conversations we had. He told us all about Atheris, answered our every question, no matter how trifling or trivial. Look! Every page filled to the margins with knowledge. When I first arrived, I was struck by how little I knew. It was daunting. But then I realized that were it not for Urianger and his teachings, we'd still be stuck on the moon, gazing at your world and wondering what we've been missing.
What would they think if they could see Urianger now? I dare say they'd be more than a bit surprised. And impressed, no doubt. Master Louisoix, Minfilia, Papalimo, and not to forget.
Oh there. Heard there was a visiting expert who we might bother with a few questions.
Yes, I am.
Wilson and Blovida, Sharlayan's foremost researchers in the field of teleportation magic, and Moonbreeder's parents.
It hath been some time. 'Tis good to see you in good health.
Likewise, old friend. Blovida and I were most honored to answer the call. Never expected this reunion, though, did we, dear?
I'll say, the nerve. Sending that letter, then running off to the gods know where. Do you have any idea how worried we were?
I'm sorry. 'Twas remiss of me not to deliver the news in person. No, more than that. 'Twas I who...
Our daughter was disillusioned after Master Louisoix left her behind. The day the Scions called upon her was the happiest I'd seen her in years. She made her every choice of her own free will. No one could have ever forced her to do otherwise. Don't blame yourself for her death. Celebrate her life. You know that's what she'd want.
If there is one thing we resent you for, it was that we could not be there to mourn her with you. Reading the words you penned in that shaky hand, we must have cried as much for you as we did for her.
I'm sorry. I truly, truly am. I knew not what to say. knew not how to express my feelings. The poems and platitudes of wiser men, musings on sadness and loss, studied and memorized, and meaningless in the moment.
Silly boy. We are all powerless before such grief. Even now, try as I might, the words escape me. But in our hearts, we know, we always know.
I remember when you were young, how the lads teased you for choosing the company of books over others. Our moon didn't take kindly to that. Be nice to Urianger, she'd shout, and give them a walloping, no matter how many times we scolded her.
So we offered a suggestion. Rather than starting fights, why don't you be the bridge between Urianger and the others? She had to mull it over for a while, arms crossed, brow furrowed in intense thought. But from that day on, she never let you be alone. She'd drag you outside to play, pepper you with endless questions, read the same books you read, all to try and understand you that much better. I'm sure it was annoying and exhausting at the time, but she only ever had the best of intentions.
And look at you now, at the center of the crowd. The reason there even is a crowd, having brought these people together. You've no idea how proud we are.
To see the boy, our daughter, trusted and believed in more than anyone, grow into the man she always knew he could be. I can see her in you, too. Feel her. She walks with you wheresoever you go. So thank you, Urianger, for being who you are.
I think I can feel her too. The truth of her life. Not sorrow, but hope and love.
This moon breeder. She was important to him, wasn't she?
You could ask the man himself.
Oh, no. But watching this exchange reminds me how much I've yet to learn about your world. And its people.
You can live here your entire life and hardly learn a thing. And that's why it's too soon for this to end.
That was delightful. They were definitely banging. Alright. Be sure that I'm fine, I am. Well, glad to see them too after so long. Gladder still that there isn't company as difficult to accept their kindness. It would have been even harder to face them alone. New boots? Let's go to my seat. Or boots. Yeah, boots. Hey, you must have noticed silence, correct? Thank you for caring for my daughter. The time she spent with you was too short, but I know she's proud to have his comrades. Ariane is too. Sometimes I feel better knowing he was a good friend to look after him. So he comes from time to time. Classical Rhodesian isn't so different from Eorzean. Did you ever wonder why we named our daughter Moon's Bride? When I first told her the moon was shining silver and full, the whole world seemed to glow. I knew it was chosen her, the beacon was still same light. I did hear a fair share of jokes about how we ought to have gone for sun instead of how bright and stubborn she was. As far as Moon Breda was, she was always kind and gentle. The host, my gratitude for lending courage to the burritos, not dispose the rest of the laurels, except for all of our guests have elected to accompany our countrymen to their stations. Some few may come hither seeking counsel, and I shall remain to aid them. If need be a thought needed elsewhere, let me entertain me. Matter of fact, I was hoping I might check on Alice last... Ooh, yeah, of course I'll check on Alice. Where are you? Where are you looking? Where's Thancred? Oh, he's away over there. Last hour, she was struggling to carry enormous pile of boxes to the west gate. You'll find her myself both know whose help she's less likely to spurn. To mention that much to my misfortune, I can think of several other things I ought to be doing until later. Oh, what is this I see? Oh, I see. So much I want to take care of first. Alright. Alright, we're here. We're gonna do this now. Hey, what are you doing over here? I'm here to help you, babe. No, I don't mind. Help with this box is far from an exciting task. Are you sure? Oh, it's one of these tasks. These are my favorites. I have 3 minutes to race somewhere. Squeal this! Run this! I'm going the opposite direction than I wanted to go. A good one. Here we go. Look at this beautiful world. Pretty trees. I'm gonna avoid that guy. Ooh. Look at that guy. That is bad. This is like way too intense for like just chilling in this like maybe like space. One thing I have to know. Thanks for helping. Wonderful. You have my gratitude, but how did you come to be involved in this? Oh, your sister asked me, doof. Oh, then I suppose thank her to think as well. If you're wondering why they're tasked with bringing these boxes to Aporia, so was I. It turns out the space operations authority was their final say. And the ship's manifest can be found here. Father included, I suspect. Well, it should be everything. Carried all that at once, or you're trying to injure yourself? Oh gosh, they're lighter than my life. Not everyone has a delicate arms. But you should be someone who should be finished. Theo Paladin is in the car to report to him. May you come along and give credit for your assistance at least, considering where we were, and might even learn something interesting. Be right back. I'm gonna take my artifact out. Okay. Everybody off a note now, say, I'm starting to move back to now. Quick and efficient, I dare say, a talent for this work. Twins' papers only need to be delivered to elsewhere at the back. They should be returning. We return on a scrap paper meeting with persons, you will note. You both have my thanks. My apologies for sending on an errand far below your ambitions. Why, even as a baby, struggled out of your swaddling clothes. And, ooh, boy, that is quite enough of that, thank you. And compromising stories are our parents, as we asked here, not reiterate. Or to reiterate. Of course, I've known your father for so long, I must have something. Well, as you know, part of why I love your name garners respect in Charlene is your family's sordid history. You can trace your ancestry to those who came aboard, Neil and Cruft's hope, a lineage few can claim. Never thought much of it myself, as though our forebears founded in our nation is simply there when it happened. Perhaps it has traditionally been a point of pride. It is why I never renounce your ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason has ever been our family's creed. I didn't say grandfather's time. Our heir Khan Louis Swal looked not to interpret his word, but his deeds. He asserted defiance of his peers that choosing to save the great and the small from the rising tides was a true mark of father's virtue. Perhaps it was an expertise, his knowledge of ancient prophecy and the fall of civilization that led him to conclude that eschew conflicts at every turn has consigned mankind to his doom. Whenever be conflict, calamity will follow this. To ignore the plight of those, one might conceivably say it is not wisdom, it is indolence. You remember his words well. Indeed, Archon Louis Sois lived a personal creed and used every means at his disposal to bring succor to those in need, Charlene or no. No one loved to remind your grandfather more than his son, yet fortunate cannot reconcile Louis Sois' deeds with the philosophy of their forebears and his peers. Philosophy in which he believed so fervently, yet made a pariah of his father. Fortunato agonized over his contradiction for much of his life. God's father. A son may carry his father's blood, but his choices are his own to bear. It is not always less. Gods know Fortunato is a cranky old goat, so I'm sure the butt heads often enough, yet even so he must know that they're constantly in his thoughts, every moment of every day, and this is no exaggeration in the slightest. You would have seen him when they were born, barely recognizable he was, the kind of dumbfounded grin I did not seen since you first took a fancy to your mother, who's practically skipping when he told me the news. Take my word for it, he loves you with an embarrassing degree. He is also frustratingly single-minded. Once he decided to give an action, it is the best to stay course no matter who opposes him. A profoundly annoying habit when you're on the other end of it, I'm sure you will agree. I'll say. Thank you for your insight. When next we meet our parents, I shall mention that we spoke. Try not to give me too much trouble. Now I need a forum on my side. Think about you ought to be getting back to work. I make these specimens you brought make a proper place as a cranky old goat will have me hide. We can speak again later. Ooh, bugs. Hail you thee! Hey, it's Gra. Graha! Surely Kokol hasn't driven you out of the forge already, for better or worse. No, however, he has made some tasks requires more than a single pair of hands. And here you are! I could use at least one of you. Subject more. We shall say our prior commitments, so we have delayed too long as it is. What about you? Can you spare the time? Yeah, fuck it. Perfect, this shouldn't take long. Nope. I want gloves! Oh, nice. Much better. Alright, let's go up. Much as like to press the paladin and the related tidbits, we should get back to our tasks. To the stranger, our father spoke in such a way, but I suppose he would have found it no less odd. In the event that our, and I quote, promised heap of adamantite falls right out of the bloody sky to our lap, Master Kokor wishes to be ready for builder hammer to ever moment's notice. Fired with these parts, Harvey needs a flame in Kokol's forge to burn hotter. Increase the amount of ether being fueled to the furnaces. The flow of fire makes the ether and labyrinth is regulated by an element reactor south of here, which I borrowed the key. The adjustment will require 2 people to carry out safely, but I can spin the process on your own. This is where your part then. Let's see if Charlie and Hamlin will see adamantite arrives, if not before. This way then. The reactor is housed in the facility. I'll be the one to go inside and justify their outfit. When I do, rather large amount of water aspected ether will issue from the vent to the top access directly fuel images, which will rather not be drawn to the reactor itself. Trust me. If I ask you to put down the draw too near, will pose a little trouble, I'm sure. Yeah, kick their asses. Let's do it. Wait here, if you would. Oh, did everything go smoothly here? You bet! I thought as much. No major complications make up inside either. And the water ether appears to be venturing properly. I expect Coco will have some missing difference in the forge lane so time I return. Since I have you, there's another matter I thought to discuss with you. Nothing terribly important, merely same thing I've been considering. Part of this I share with everyone, yet you and only you have been to help us. Yeah. So we've established refined adamantite as productive ally of the Empire's twilight years. In fact, it was material which saw much use in the Empire's Algonian's efforts to extend beyond the bounds of the world, Dalem, of course, being the most prominent. With those who would push further, expand Elagog's to Empire to encompass the heavens and stars above, perhaps the greatest was his infamous technologist, Amon. I want to travel to see his stars. He did. He must have had his own reasons, however, for there is no evidence to suggest that he retained memories of his life as an ancient. He only joined the Ascians once the Empire was all but dust, as you know. If not his memory, though, what drove him to pursue the idea of such fervor? This may seem far-fetched, but sounds like minds have personality, so to speak, and Yasha's opposition to others that which inclined. We know that the relative certainty that it was a gross decadence and inexorable decline of the lag that moved him on to resurrect Emperor Zonde. The Emperor's people spoke lightly of death and destruction, experimenting on those they deemed beneath them to fill the emptiness in their hearts. So to take Zonde's return, Amon provided those languid souls with the means to free themselves from the mire of their own indolence. Or would have, had not Zonde been convinced by his own death that life itself was meaningless. Amon's desire for his countrymen to conquer the heavens could only be a means to the same end, to instill the people with new purpose. Like Hermes before him, Amon was appalled by how those around him lived, but could never bring himself to believe that those lives were devoid of meaning. Both of them sought the meaning that hope in the distant stars. Such is my theory, anyway. Ultimately, it is the consequence of their actions which matter. Their motives are no moment, and yet... To reach those stars on wings of adamantite, to travel the ends of creation and beyond, the promise of hope everlasting, that much I do understand. Enough musing for now. Why don't we see how Kokol is getting on? No. What's going on up here? Are there people here doing stuff? Yes, there are. So let's switch. briefly about blah, as well as neighbors from kicked out with crowd. Look at this, free flames blazing on here. Glad you found it capable. There's a lot to do. Let's conjure or find out landing fast. Okay. And a hat. I do trust the promise. I do. Only I've been waiting. I want that man. I want it now. Sharing patience. I'll be playing in the meantime. Which is certain unbearable. Free the form. Brown the memory. Something proves it permanent. To get your gun. Other mistakes to make. In that case, I should go and return to the reactor. I'll have one more look at nothing's gone wrong. Eventually, I realize I'm certain there are better things to do. Or time I will join you in shortly. Anon! I will teleport up there. Everyone's looking down at this. It's creeping me out. I love this song. It's very good.
All set, I take it?
Oh, it's push and pull time. Yeah.
We finished what we could. Delivered supplies, tracked down escaped animals. Trivial tasks as they may be.
That's enough, don't you think? If there was anything more important still undone, that would be a problem in itself.
The vessel is essentially ready for departure. All that remains is to load the final batch of supplies and see everyone on board. Once we've readied the ether burner, that is.
Had a feeling we might find you all here.
Our consultations with the Loperates, too, have run their course. Pleased I am to say that our researchers' concerns have, for the most part, been allayed, though some insist on making adjustments to the very end. For their part, Livingway and her peers have graciously offered to stay and keep the people company, lest any lingering queries go unanswered.
All that remains is to wait for the refined adamantite.
Alphino, are you there? It's me, Cryo. Your special delivery has arrived. Round up everyone and come to the harbor at once.
Speak of the devil. Let us go at once.
Forgive the intrusion, Master Fortuner. I bring urgent news. A great commotion has broken out in Scholar's Harbor. Your presence is requested, with all speed.
Now, where might this delivery be? Oh.
I'm sure it's very important, but we cannot accept these without the proper permits.
By the 12! Surely, these can't all be...
Bleeding hellfire! They're bringing them by sea and by air. All these folks in these crates.
And more on the way. Got your adamantite right here. A bigger haul than any of these sorry bastards brought, and that's no lie.
Yes, because you were charged with seeing the shipments from Gridania and Uldar here, along with your own. Give credit where credit is due.
Sounds like the sorry whinging of a sore loser. An hypocrite to boot. Ain't no way a scrawny whelp like you took a dozen steps inside a Dalamud shard.
I'll have you know I went all the way to the entrance. Furthermore, 'twas my contacts that enabled us to enlist the cooperation of the Sky Pirates.
Left you outside so you wouldn't get anyone killed, did they? Well then, credit where credit's due, you did a right fine job sitting on your ass.
Take that back.
Make me.
I will not stoop to your level.
My, what a grand welcome party.
Hancock and Saraban.
We come bearing relics both sacred and elegant, as well as a few other gifts that may be of help, to be presented with best wishes from the Eastern Alliance.
I myself have come with a sacred relic of Rayson Temple. 'Twas passing fortunate that Senri's dango craving brought us to Kugane. We arrived precisely as Hancock was making his arrangements. Upon learning of your need, we made haste back to Hell's Lid, with our dango, never fear, and consulted with the other auspices. All consented to the lending of Tenzin's legendary Phoenix Blade for this noble cause. Suzaku and Seiryu were nevertheless worried that it might be lost in transit, however, and insisted upon accompanying me to Onokoro, where I had intended to entrust it to our Confederate allies. I thought instead to give it over to Hancock when we chanced to cross paths yet again. But alas, Seiryu remained ill at ease, and ordered me see the blade into your hands personally, or die trying.
We did, of course, need quite the impressive vessel to get it all here in time. Fortunately, our majestic associates have been more than helpful. 'Tis an honor to join the Warrior of Light on another adventure, they tell me.
That is all wonderful to hear, but what of the extraordinary cost? I shudder to think of the ransom we must pay for such a bounty.
Fret not for your coin purse, young Alphino. Lord Lolorito looks ever towards the profits of the future, and thus the East Aldenard Trading Company went to some lengths to reduce the financial liability. And since the Scions funded the entire venture, not a gill need be rendered up in compensation. Everything is already yours.
We funded the venture? When?
Don't let the name fool you. This coinkeeper knows a thing or two about spending. When it comes to capital investiture, a sprinkling of gil here and there will not do. You need enough savings to make waves when it really counts, which is why frugality is paramount. We also have the benefit of a generous patron. Generous being rather an understatement. She has supported us from the shadows since the very founding of the Scions. Ere we even had coffers to fill.
Mother!
Chameleons.
I remain, of course, an entirely neutral party. I simply thought our family's coffers were needlessly full. We can hardly take them with us on your teeny-tiny toy boat, now can we? And would be a shame to leave all that hard-earned wealth unspent. Waste not.
However did you manage so much in so short a time? We expected word to reach only a fraction of our height.
Did I not tell you I have my ways?
Ellen, you were involved too.
I received the letter from Cryo after we parted ways in Labyrinth. She explained what the science was trying to accomplish, and why you might soon require the services of the Gleams, spread across the world as we are. I pray you do not interpret this as a betrayal of Charlotte. I accept that the Forum's aim in pushing us to our limits was to preserve knowledge, and I bear you no ill will. Yet, in collecting that knowledge, what I came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know. That is why I chose to help the Scions, to combat the obliteration of those countless, undiscovered wonders. I held no illusions that they would be less demanding taskmasters. Though, rest assured, if I had, I would have been sorely disappointed. To make a long story short, the whole of the Guild should cooperate to ensure your call is heard far and wide.
What's this about a ship that can fly to the moon? And why didn't you mention it sooner? The one time you don't beg my aid, your problem's a bloody ship that can fly to the moon.
See it! You brought the team.
Of course. Garland Ironworks' finest. You need only point us towards my new favorite ship. Oh, I nearly forgot. We stopped by Whirlwind before coming here and picked up a package from Gaius. He's still of the mind that actions make for better penance than words, contrite or otherwise, so we offer none of the latter. What he sent is an Allegan relic Valens used in his weapons experiments. Has a fair bit of refined adamantite in it, too.
As you like us not suspect, we've also brought adamantite from Mordona's Dalamud Shard. I admit to some consternation upon first receiving Kryl's message. So few Scions remain at the Rising Stones now. Far too few for such an expedition. However, the Gleaners were able to secure us reinforcements. Idleshire's treasure hunters, not least among them. I know. How the Gobbyfrog fought. Slowfix's gratitude for the safe return of his daughter has not waned, and he gathered his kin to our side with an astounding quickness. The clash between their machina and the Allegan defences was a sight to behold. I wager even you would have been impressed by the magnitude of the Gobby booms.
Fascinating as all this is, I fail to see how it explains your presence here. Does Razat-Han not have more pressing concerns?
We do. Yet averting the final days would be the most expedient solution. That, and I am indebted to you. Though they chose to take their leave of Thavnair, those you saved in Garlemund remain my people. My gratitude is beyond words. 'Tis appropriate that I aid you in kind. If in the doing we bring salvation to others of this star, so much the better. You will recall that I spoke of my father, Midgard Sommer, and his journey across the great expanse. As he traveled betwixt the stars, his resplendent scales drank of the ether in those nigh empty surrounds, and imparted to him the strength to persevere. Thinking they might further your cause, I called out to my kin for consent. Ajdaya's answer was silence. As ever, Tiamat and Chrisvelgre, however, responded favorably to the suggestion. My sire, too, stirred from his slumber long enough to speak and say, "Very well." Thus have I brought you his own worm scales. Fit them to your purpose, and seek a worthier fate for us all.
You'd be hard-pressed to find someone else so familiar with the unique properties of dragon scales. So I invited myself.
Bugger me, this is so unbelievable. I've gone right back round to believing it again. Forget a 6% gain in efficiency. With all these goodies, we could get 7, no, 10, no, 14 bleeding percent. Think of how far we can go! What we can do with that much power! What we could.
If Kokol is duly convinced, then it must be true. In which case, the science end of the bargain has...
Yes, Father?
I love you, my children.
I know not what you seek of Hydaelyn, nor for what purpose you would take command of our ship. Yet this much is certain. To do so will be to dictate the fate of this star and the lives upon it, the lives of each and every creature, in their magnitude and their fragility. Do you understand? And are you prepared?
We have seen and we have felt how much each life shapes this world. And so we are determined to abandon none. We understand what is at stake, and we are prepared to bear this burden.
Then I will bear it with you. I beg you, share your struggles with me, as family. You grasped my fingers with such tiny hands the day you were born. I thought my heart might burst. It was love and happiness beyond expression. Overwhelming. And a conviction so powerful that I trembled with something close to rage. I had heard the final days foretold. I swore to myself then and there that I would not let them steal your futures. The great exodus would succeed, must succeed. No sacrifice or sin was worse than the alternative. if anything gave me pause, 'twas mine own father. The Archon Louisois openly decried Charlian's policies, a perspective which I regarded with increasing disdain as I grew older. Yet even as part of me thought him a fool, perhaps I also hoped that he, of all people, would devise a brilliant means to save my children. A naive hope, but stubborn enough that I could never bring myself to keep you apart. No, that was his doing, when he perished at Cartano. As we pulled that twisted slab of Dalamud from the sea, I remembered the warmth of your newborn touch. Chastened, I vowed never again to suffer any interference in my mission to protect you. No matter that you yourselves wished otherwise. Detest me, fight me tooth and nail, I would suffer it, and more, and be satisfied so long as I could force you onto the ship. I was wrong. You two have grown so much stronger and so much wiser than I dared dream. You have earned the right to walk your own path, and already begun to do so.
Good. Because there are things we care about, and people we love, and none of them is replaceable. Not a one.
It cannot have been an easy journey for you to have come so far.
We shall be glad to acquaint you with the finer details someday, once this danger has passed. All that we have seen and heard, that we have felt and learned in our travels. Ours is not a kind world, but it is beautiful. Always.
Oh no. Are you quite sure that's wise? After all, someone turns pale and flees the room when he sees so much as an envelope containing word of your adventures. Whatever will happen if he learns what you were really up to?
Millions. Though I have wronged my children most gravely, I owe you an apology as well. I assumed that it was the Scion's influence that made them so keen to charge headlong into danger. Yours, in particular. I see now that said influence instead brought them together with the many fine people gathered here today. In which case, I hope you continue to guide them.
If we've finished loitering about the harbor, might I suggest we put our plans into motion? People are beginning to look confused.
Perhaps you can spare a few words ere they resume the tedious lugging of cargo. You have no small number of friends and admirers here, after all.
Your assistance is appreciated. Now, in an orderly fashion, if you please.
That was a long story. Had a good little workout and some ice cream. Alright. We finally managed to clear the harbor, which means the rest of his engineer's capable hands. Meanwhile, Father has issued to us an invitation. Security has revealed the means to which Hydaelyn may be contacted. We are to meet him at Aporia. When we are ready, given the vital knowledge she holds, such as we leave without delay. It transpires, however, that the former's methods of speaking with her is not without risk. I am curious to hear what this might entail, but regardless, be warned! Most of us who arrived at Adamant have offered to stay and see any remaining tasks I need to do. The foreman's already asked for my assistance and in the process. You don't worry about a thing. Thank you, Tatalu Ratapoya, then. Oh, those will, do this while we're here. There you go, that's why I did it. I've already shown the others inside. You'll want to speak with Clearly Lane. She has a capable lift and can send you down after me. I can finally enter the lower levels. We proceed to the heart of the labyrinth, the elves, most closely guarded secret. We're swimming at the end of our efforts. Once we delve to seek audience with the star, and once we will embark the journey of the heavens. This way, if you please. Look at this cute little ship. But welcome to Tharmazean. Direct attention toward its center. Behold the arc of which I've long labored. That's a fun-looking spaceship. As you can see, it was designed as a medium-sized craft, better to reduce fuel consumption. Miniaturizing magics have been applied to the interior to ensure that thrust-to-weight ratio does not place too great a limitation on the freight capacity. The afterburner, as you know, has been removed for further modification, but shall reattach it soon enough. They've received word of Kokol that several of the allies are working on it with their intense fervor. They are sure to see it done. 'Twas the expertise that many a prior disaster has averted. If anything, I fear they'll not afford us much time to speak with Hydaelyn ere they finish. Point taken, let us move on. I must warn you again, however, that even with the benefit of our device, to treat with her is not a simple feat. I've done what I can to impress upon the gravity that lies ahead. Are you prepared? I will be in a moment. I get my new hat. Oh, fun. Some sort of... No, I want to try on. It's terrible. I hate hats in this game. They're all so ugly. I'm not a fan. Turn to... Ooh, unicorn. We're gonna send this guy... No, please. There we go. There we go. Okay. Ooh, 89, yes. We make the lift to the center of the chamber. Come. Wait. It said something was open. What was open? I'm so confused. Oh, this might tell me. Try on earns attuning with other allows you to better understand the areas. Bonds of Elementic complete. Object fulfilled. Object fulfilled. Sanctuary. Oh, that must have been this. Okay. I thought there was like a dungeon or something. I was wrong to think of such a thing as such. There. Oh, I can fly. Can I not fly down here? No, I can fly down here. Why can't I fly? I cannot fly in here. Okay. There. That's fair. As you all know, alongside our physical world exists an ethereal plane. We refer to the ethereal sea at the heart of the star. The physical and ethereal one are one and the same. Thus, deeper we go, the easier it becomes to pass between said planes. We spent some time constructing the anti-tower, and once more here in Thalmazian. I started the forum decided to West Roth, Missouri that began to work on this facility. We're coming in a device that allowed us to peer deeper into the ethereal sea than ever before and search our headlands ever for fainter scores. The Alidoscope. And you communicate with her through this device. For a time, yes, but since the 7th Emerald Calamity has been rare to even hear her whisper. If you wish to reach her, you must turn it closer to the center of the star, and we have every dread beyond the Alidoscope. Even so, I make no guarantee you will find her, nor for your safety. Not so deep in the ethereal sea. We understand, but if you deliver this word, we have no choice but to try. I know, I only wish you could do more than observe the progress from afar. The Alidoscope ocular lens by which we may peer into the ethereal sea without placing yourself in head lies above us, though if you can watch it and guide you. In these swirling depths, there are pockets of ether so dense and turbulent they can unravel one's soul. If you determine they are at risk of coming into contact with, we will call you the teleportation magic. To that end, we the best familiar with the composition of our souls remained here to assist in assessing said risk. Otherwise, there is an increased probability to exact you too early or too late. Please allow me. I have thought upon this much, and into that I do not believe that I am fit to join you in the trials ahead. The events of the tower were able to drain me, yes, and but even before that, your capabilities far outstrip my own. This is no time to weak link in our bank, no matter how much you may wish it otherwise. This isn't a matter of matter. Fortune has laid out, however, I may still be of use. Will you trust me to do so? Yeah, sure, why not? You get another trust mark compared to all the effort you put in keeping us alive. While our souls were in the first, preventing us from dissolving into ether on a single expedition ought to pose no challenge at all. And if we did, I expect you would hunt us down and restore us to us somehow. Flatter me, but rest assured I will be keeping a close eye on all of you. There was one more thing. Those in the ages past for death rest as the underworld, our final resting place. Its race, its memory washed away, leaving only the purity of one's soul, or so we believe. Yet for these memories, if you think cast what comes of them, cast adrift in the ethereal tides. Some threads they linger some time, those threads with strong sentiment in particular. In those depths, memories that departed may even coalesce around you for hatred or for love. Thus I do caution you to be wary, for also to have faith. Remember, those who do gladly extend a hand to you may lift you up once more. The elitoscope now accessible. Alright, let's do this. The enemies are down there. We've beaten them once, we can beat them again. If we're concerned that we have Highland, we may find our truth, but what if? No, I think I know what's good. Now, let's go. Yep, the dream team. Let's roll. Item level sync. I have 450. Okay, I'm close. Let's do it. Let's do it!
All seems in order with the lens, and I trust you can hear me. Those things are pure malcontent, the residue of lives unfulfilled.
Let's hit that wall, yo! Through the wall! Nothing, okay. I shall return. Excuse me. Okay, there's more. That's good. Oh, there was more. Dang, I should have come down further. Nithya the Untuned. Oh, family slave there, whatever. Oh, that's right. I think it's supposed to hold off on that one attack that lasts a while. It's like an automatic crit, that like level 90 attack. I'm pretty sure about that.
It will guide you.
Sugar casting in the garbage again.
The ether is too dense. Ah, I'm losing you.
I flung to the Empire in death, I will serve! Christ no longer wishes this for you, perfectus. Maybe their sound thumping movements will let go. Alright. It's being retarded. What it does is... This is a better ring. Get out of here. Run back. No, they didn't come back with us. Yeah, that's better. 2 is better. Double check.
so wrong. So headstrong. Stubborn to the last.
Come on.
Is as far as you go. Oblivion beckons! Faces have I worn, but this is my favorite by far! You will persist in this folly no longer! The stage is set! My turn! Let the curtains rise for the main attraction!
You cannot stop us!
What a boorish audience you are! Lies! All lies! Your dreams, your hopes, your futures, delusions and lies!
Alright, I gotta call my kid. Looks like I missed a call. What's this? Choker of aiming. Let's take care of that real quick. That one. Alright, so we're gonna chill here. See how this goes. Alright, cool, I'll be back in a minute.